He goes, hey, man, those nice pants. Those nice pants, Stern. I go, thanks, man. He goes, give them to me. So I go, well, I'm not giving you my pants. We're in the middle of class.
What are you going to wear?
Yeah, I go, hey, give me your pants, man. I'll kill you. So I said, I'm not giving you my pants.
Give me your pants or I'll kill
He
you.
says, after school, I'll get your pants. I'm going to kill you. Come on, man. What the fuck, man? Come on, man. And I'd be like, come on, man. You told the principal, didn't you, man? I go, no, man. I didn't do it, man. Swear, Irvin. Mr. Stern, how can they say, ladies and gentlemen, this is Howard Stern, when you don't talk like a gentleman? You exploit women, your language is filthy. No wonder there is war in the Gulf. You better get your fat ass off radio and quit polluting the airwaves, which belong to the people. I thought I was one of the people, but...
Ben, you're not fat.
You are... Thank you, Robin. Although, I gotta lose 10 pounds.
Oh, stop it.
You are demon-possessed. Get off the people's airwaves now. And it's addressed to the pig of radio when it got here. Just the pig of radio, 600 Madison Avenue.
And they knew where to bring it.
Yeah. Think about that for a second. Pig of radio. And this one is addressed, the next postcard is addressed to the jackass of radio. And that got here, too. Now that, you see, I don't mind the bad letters. It's just, you know, the insults from the post office. Mr. Stern, I am college educated and have Christian training. Now we're in trouble. Your show is disgraceful. You are not a role model for young people. No kidding. Anyone listening to your... I can't read it. To your something world thinks it's okay to get out and rape someone. I am contacting the FCC for better programming. You are not a comedian. You are a slut. Your mother never taught you how to talk. Freedom of speech has gone too far. Radio airwaves belong to people and need cleaning up. And it's addressed to the jackass of the radio.
Is that the same person?
Yeah. Same person, same handwriting, same postcards. Well... Oh, there's our letters segment of the show. All right, 8:13. And we'll return right after these words. Robin, what's in the news?
Well, Howard, we did start talking about the fight earlier today, and the big question was, why did Richard Steele stop the fight in the 7th round, even though Razor Ruddock hadn't really gone down?
I watched it. Oh, you're going to let him talk first?
Well, I think he gets the first say. He's the guy who stopped the fight.
All right, fair enough, young lady. It's my Tom Snyder
Yes.
impression.
No, he was done. He was gonna get hurt. I don't want to count him out when he's flat on his back. Let him fight again.
Yeah, just try to get that fight.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one to get. Seems like these fights, they should be able to have a fight like tomorrow. You know what I mean? Get back in the ring and beat the crap out of each other, give them some bucks.
But the problem is the politics of boxing. It's
Yeah.
a weird sport.
They can't seem to organize
You know,
that.
it doesn't matter what number contender you are. That doesn't mean you automatically get the next fight.
Right.
A whole thing going on.
So, I just viewed the fight, and I believe he was right to stop it. Absolutely.
Like I said, you never know. If you had seen earlier round where the guy was half asleep and came back and almost floored Tyson,
Yeah.
you'd have
You
said
see,
the same thing.
I didn't see the whole fight. I just saw like a
That's
second
why
of
I
it.
said it was wrong, because this guy has a sleepy look.
Yeah? You mean, in other words, he looked that sleepy through the whole fight?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to watch the whole thing. Someone just gave me the tape. I'll watch the whole thing. Like, I know what I'm watching. Just watch two guys beating the crap out of each other.
You never know when a guy might be able to make it through a round and come back. He had been knocked down twice by Tyson and had no problem coming back. So
the idea of boxing is to really knock the other guy out.
Yeah.
So the guy was still standing, and and so what? So what? He's gonna be a little brain damage afterwards. You think it matters on a brain like that?
Let the tape play again and ask yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen to Razor Ruddock and Mike Tyson. Who could tell?
You want to play it again?
Sure, why not?
All right. It's true. All we got is time.
I mean, here's poor Razor, who's robbed of his big chance.
Here's Razor.
We're gladiators and we're fighters. I was in the fight. I knew exactly where I was. He knocked me down. I knew where I was. I got back up. I fought. This is a heavyweight fight. You get hit and you go down. You get back up. You fight. But I think he should let us go out in style.
All right, here's Mike Tyson.
I wanted to win this fight so bad because he started talking that I'm from Jamaica and we tough, we climb trees and get watermelon. And, you know what I mean? No disrespect because, God, he punched so hard.
No disrespect. Just said the guy climbs trees to get watermelons. I guess they have
Mike
watermelon.
thought that was a compliment.
They have watermelon trees.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica. Yeah, I got to go to Jamaica and get some watermelon trees. I've never quite seen that. I thought they grew on the vine, but what do I know?
Hey, you're wrong. Mike Tyson knows. Couldn't he be a brain surgeon? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
If he wasn't a boxer.
Right. He'd be a brain surgeon.
There must be watermelon trees.
There's a watermelon in his head.
Meanwhile, his next fight should be against the winner of the Holyfield, what's the other guy's name? Foreman fight.
Yeah. I tell you, that kind of logic used to be the fighting that went on when I was a kid growing up because I grew up in a black community. It was always like, yeah, you go to watermelon tree. Your mother go to watermelon tree. You don't even know about watermelon tree. It was like that was the extent of the conversations that went on between people.
And then they'd start duking it out.
Yeah, and everyone would start beating the crap out of me. Everyone gets so upset they'd beat the crap out of the white guy.
What were you doing there? You should have been watching.
I was sitting there laughing, having a good time enjoying. It's kind of amusing to watch.
But then you have to take a beating.
Yeah, you have to take a beating. I had one kid who, I guess he was a poor kid, who wanted my pants. I was wearing pants one day to school. He wanted my pants. He goes, hey, man, those nice pants. Those nice pants, Stern. I go, thanks, man. He goes, give them to me. So I go, I'm not giving you my pants. We're in the middle of a class.
What are you going to wear?
Yeah, I go, hey, give me your pants, man. I'll kill you. So I said, I'm not giving you my pants.
Give me your pants or I'll kill you?
He says, after school, I'll get your pants. I'm going to kill you. So I got home quick and retired those pants. Oh, man.
Amazing.
What a place.
And your mother had no idea this was going on.
I would tell her, but she would be like, well, we have to learn to live together with all types of people.
You don't have to live with everybody.
Yeah, well, she doesn't
with people
understand
like
that.
This.
I'd understand if my dad didn't have the money to move, but he had the money. But finally, by 9th grade, I convinced him to move. They finally, at the end of 9th grade, moved. And they were mad at me. They laid a whole complex on me.
It was your fault.
It's because you were leaving. We would never leave. We like it here.
You can't live with other people.
Right. Oh, yeah, it was all my fault. Of course, my parents were having a great time because they would hang around with the blacks they wanted to hang around with.
Yes.
Only when they wanted to see them. I had to hang around with all the welfare blacks. They weren't hanging around with them. Hey, man, give me your pants. You want my pants, man? I'm 3 times bigger than you are. Just give me them, man. They're nice pants. You try to climb a watermelon tree. That's that kind of logic. That's stupid-ass logic. Hey, man, you climb a watermelon tree, man. You so stupid, your mother. Oh, yeah, man, I'm in the 5%er. I'll kick your ass and now eat some pork. Pork, you pork your ass. It was just like, what? I wonder what they're saying. It's a whole nother language.
You're fascinated.
Oh, yeah, it's fascinating.
You're drawn to it like a moth to
Well,
a
if you could
flame.
watch them in a cage, it would be fine. It was just you had to live in the exact habitat with everybody.
Well,
You know?
I don't know. You seem to bring this out in people. I don't know how. Your parents, they were perfectly fine.
Yeah, my parents are great.
You, on the other hand, were getting killed.
Yeah, well, because school is an unnatural place. My parents would hang out with whoever they wanted to hang out with. They had all their regular whitey friends that were in other communities. And then every once in a while, they'd slum with some of their black friends. But the black friends were like black accountants, there were some fairly well-to-do blacks in the community. The black teachers were their friends, and they'd even go to like black parties every once in a while.
But where did their kids go to school?
A private school. And they also went to Trusper Clark, which was a special school in East Meadow set up for any black kid who achieved well. So any bright black kid got to go to Trusper Clark. I was stupid and white. I wasn't going anywhere. I was stuck with all the moron blacks.
I feel for you.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable situation. Any bright black kid was taken out of the school system.
So you were basically in reform school.
Yeah. Oh, I was in prison. I was with guys who are, I would say 90% of my fellow students are now in prison.
Oh, my God.
And I have no trouble saying that. I'm not exaggerating. And I have asked, the few that I can remember from Roosevelt, I have asked police officers to do a track on them.
Yeah,
and
because
sure
I'd
enough,
love to know what happened to all these guys you went to school with.
many of them are in and out of prison to this day.
Well, you can say that,
Comfortably.
but I don't know that.
I know it. What's the difference if you know it?
No, I just like, you can exaggerate.
I'm not
sometimes.
exaggerating or lying, my dear.
I think you like to embellish these stories.
No,
just
I'm
a
not
little
embellishing
bit.
anything. You can be
I
sure that
don't
all these little
know.
criminals running around are the people I went to school with.
Every last one of them.
And my parents are busy, we have to learn to live together. Yeah, but look who you're living with and look who I'm living with. And then my parents would every once in a while on a Saturday night get invited to a black party, and they'd come home with their cute stories about how, like, the parties called for 10 o'clock, which amazed my parents. And then they learned about black people time for the first time, about how if a party's called at 10, no one even started, ushering themselves in till about 11. Mm-hmm. And then at the black people party, everyone danced, and everyone was such a good dancer. And it was just like, oh, isn't that fun? Aren't you guys having fun? I haven't been invited to a party. I'm a teenager. I'm having some life. Running home from school, guys taking my pants. I come home nude from school. I'm naked.
So it got so much better when you moved.
No, it was a different kind of hell. Then I had to live in a whitey community where you didn't see any black faces, and they were sitting and telling us how you had to live with black people. And I'm going, well, if you guys have to live with black, I'm telling you, it ain't such a party. You hypocritical bastard, white
Well, now
trash.
you're not discriminating. There are people that you can't live with.
Yeah, right, and of any race. Oh,
Right.
when I got to Rockville Center, where the Archdiocese is located.
Dear.
Oh, let me tell you, the fun begins. Visit the country club over there. Well, let me tell you, there's a whole bunch of other hypocrisy going on. I don't fit in anywhere. Let's be honest.
Well,
the best
that's
part of
what
my
it
life,
sounds
the best part of my life will come when I'm in the pine box.
Because you didn't have a good time at the new school either.
No, I didn't. I didn't have a good time in college either because I didn't fit in there. I had long hair and everybody was.
But everybody had long hair.
No. Not at Boston University. A whole bunch of what they call dirt Japs. And I'll tell you something.
Lord, what is a dirt Jap?
You don't know anything, Robin. And you call yourself a newswoman? You know what it is?
What is a dirt Jap? I swear, I never heard any of these things.
The Japs and dirt Japs and all this kind of stuff. People who dress up a lot and I'm not going to go into the whole thing. What
I
each
would love to
thing
know
is.
what that is.
All right, I'll humor you.
Don't.
You really don't know what
deny
that
us
is?
The knowledge that you contain.
A Jap, and I don't mean just Jewish American princess. I mean like there's these kids who have money and they were raised in like the 5 towns and stuff, and they've got like lots of gold chains, and they go to bars every night, like dance bars, and they got Huckapoo shirts. Remember Huckapoo shirts? And well, that was popular then. And they're like all fancy dressers, and their parents have tons of money, and they all go down for spring break to Florida because their parents have
Right,
tons.
yeah.
That's a Jap.
Okay, now
A
what
dirt
is a
Jap.
dirt Jap?
A dirt Jap is someone with the same whole deal, except they're dirty. They're like not, they don't have the exact same clothes, they don't have the exact same money, and they can't afford all that, so they're just a little bit grimy and filthy. That's all a dirt Jap is. Like they'll pick their boongers and eat it when they're kids.
So that was Boston. You was full of that.
Yeah, oh yeah, no one had long hair. I just didn't fit. I don't fit in anywhere. There's something wrong with me. Because I'm awkward looking or something. I have a bad...
You haven't quite figured it out yet.
I got no patience. And I don't want to figure it out now. It's too late. All right. I got to take a break. Now you've upset me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I bring up?
We'll be back right after these words. Yeah, well, you brought back a lot of bad memories.
Okay.
Two black guys fighting brings back a lot of bad
That's
memories.
why you don't like the sport of boxing.
No, I don't.
It's always two black guys.
I was involved in it. We'll be back right after these words. All right, anyway, Robin, let's continue with the news.
Yes, let's go on. Let me see. What
I'm trying to bring up something that won't get me crazy.
I don't want to get you upset anymore because I can't take these stories of yours.
Right.
I mean, it's
very
so
sad.
upsetting to me.
Very upsetting.
I can't believe that you went through such torture as a child.
Yeah. It's made me a better person.
Every shop teacher I ever had, and Fafafui ever had, and all the guys in here ever had, all were missing digits.
Really?
Yeah, they were always missing a chunk of their finger.
Well, that was a good ad.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
And then they would tell you, go work the lathe. You never had to take shop, right?
No.
I assume, because girls
I
didn't have
went
to
to an
take
old
it.
girls' school, number one. We didn't have a shop.
I don't know why guys only have to take shop, because shop is the most sadistic class in your school. I had a shop teacher that used to, I mean, it was bad enough I was in Roosevelt and it was an all-black school, and the black kids were hostile to me. And I don't know
Well,
that.
I guess they did have that in junior high school, too, yeah.
Yeah. But this guy used to stand there and throw erasers at us, like big giant erasers, and just chuck them at our heads.
For what reason?
Well, the kids were really out of control. I had kids in my shop class. I mean, when I was in 9th grade, these guys were 18, 19 years old. I'm being
They should have
serious.
been working.
Yeah, they should have. These were guys with full facial hair and, full genitals.
They should have had jobs.
Yeah, and they would pull their pants down in the middle of class and fondle their genitals.
Well, you do that here. So.
Yeah, well, but this is my job.
Yeah. In high school, I didn't take shop classes, but the shop teacher in our high school was like notorious. He called black guys spear chuckers
Really?
to their faces in front of the other class.
You wouldn't have done that in Roosevelt.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, he was on a practically all-white school. With
Yeah.
that.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't?
Really?
And everybody loved him, including them, but he was out of control.
Everybody loved him.
They did.
Yeah. The black kids loved him.
Jackie again, right on target.
I swear.
How many? Was he missing a finger? Mine was missing
No,
a
he
finger.
was missing his arms. They got him.
No, really, seriously, was yours missing a finger?
Well, he wasn't missing a finger, but he had a thing where he had cut his middle finger on the table saw, and it had grown back in a weird way, so he could stick a quarter in it and put his hand upside down and shake it around, and the quarter wouldn't fall out.
Oh, he had
Yeah.
a groove in his
He had a groove in his finger.
I in grammar school had half a pinky.
I was always shocked that they want you working a lathe and stuff. I mean, you can really lose fingers and hands and stuff.
But you're absolutely right. Shop class was dangerous, and you know why? Because it was a big spread out room,
And it was-
the machinery made it hard for the teacher to hear. Like if you're getting your ass kicked in the back, there's a table saw going on.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a real class where you sat at a desk. You actually moved around. So as soon as you're moving around, kids think they can just beat everyone up. Because I got choked in Roosevelt. There was this big black guy named Irvin, not Irving, Irvin.
Yeah.
IRV.
Well, Magic Johnson's name is Irvin.
Yeah, I had never heard that name in my life, and this guy's name was Irvin. And I can't imagine that there's like two guys with that name. Irvin. What?
Irvin.
Yeah, it was Ervin, actually.
E-A.
Yeah, yeah.
Irvin.
And this guy Irvin used to beat me up all the time in Roosevelt. He used to beat up me and a guy named Carlos. I remember it. And Carlos was white, even though he had a Spanish name.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know he beat up Carlos. I only found out after I had my mom report Irvin to the dean of boys. And then Irvin came and said, you reported me. He had to figure out if it was me or Carlos who had reported him.
Right.
So he shook us down because he shook us down for money every day. And I hope he's in jail now, but he took
Because
me.
he could come after you.
Yeah, right. And and this guy Irvin was about 6'3".
Uh-huh. How
He
tall
had
were you
full.
then?
I was probably about 9th grade. I was probably about 5'7". I don't know. I wasn't that big.
You weren't tall yet.
Yeah, it was not the tall, gawky Howard Stern you know today in law. So this guy comes and he says he had to figure out which one of us. Now, it was my mom who reported him. Because I said to my mother, I can't
He's
take
still
it.
sitting there trying to figure it out.
So he took me, he grabbed me from behind and started choking me. This is the guy.
Yeah.
And he starts choking me and he goes, okay, in about a minute, you going to pass out from lack of oxygen. And
You better tell me.
so you tell me, man, did you report me to Mr. Head? So I was just
say that.
yeah, he wasn't even like, you gonna be dead. He would just say, you gonna be dead. So he started
the
choking. Yeah.
scientific reason why.
Yeah. So he was explaining science. Well, I was learning science in the class. So anyway, he starts squeezing my neck and like right around by the Adam's apple stuff, just squeezing it. And I'm trying to like just your reaction is to grab from behind, but
That doesn't do a thing.
doesn't matter. I'm blacking out. I'm starting to black out and I'm losing consciousness. And he goes, did you? I'm asking you one last time. Was that your mama who called me Mr. X? So I go, no, I swear it was. I don't even know what you're talking about. Thank God, because I almost confessed.
Bad move.
Yeah, but I didn't. And then he lets go and he goes, now I know who done it. Carlos.
Oh, so
And he pummeled the crap.
got the other guy.
Oh,
beat
yeah.
up.
Yeah, that guy Carlos. And I never saw him in school again.
Oh.
Never. He got his ass beat. He must have confessed, even though he didn't do it. I didn't hear about a funeral, so I think he's alive, but this guy Carlos.
Yeah, why would you confess? The guy's already said he's going to
Yeah.
kill you if you're the person.
And he would have killed me.
And why would you say yes? Obviously, you're not
Yeah.
going to say yes.
You don't know what to do.
That's a bad scene, man. I
Yeah.
got beat up.
Mind you, this is going on in a shop class. What the guy watching? The shop teacher was watching. Was watching. Saw
wait
the
a
whole
minute.
thing.
Wait a
Saw the whole thing.
The whole class was watching?
He was a scared white man. And I don't blame him.
The whole class was watching, though?
Well, I was in the back. No, a lot of the class doesn't pay attention. You got to understand something. There's constant fighting going on in these classes. There's no way for me to describe what Roosevelt, Long Island is like. It's just constant warfare. There are guys in corners smoking pot, life. I mean, I was in 9th grade. I never even heard of pot.
No, I'm talking about master.
No, I swear, this was a guy. There was a guy who came in. I don't know his name.
And nobody.
He looked a
in this
lot like
school-
Flavor Flav. He was kind of like a jokey kind of guy,
Yeah.
but you could tell he could beat the crap out of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the guy comes into the class and pulls his pants down because this guy was huge. I'd never
I
seen.
never hear about people dying at Roosevelt High School.
Oh, people die.
But they
You
don't
read about it in the
report
paper.
it?
You read Newsday. You could take the last year's worth of Newsday, count up the dead people. What are you talking about?
That's
Happens
a
all
lot
the
that
time.
goes on there, Robert. There's a lot.
It's real bad.
It's
That's
in
so
fact,
sad.
it's so common
It's so
now.
common. It's like
That it doesn't get reported.
No.
It doesn't even get on.
it's a little box.
Like on Newsday, it's not even on the regular page. It's like exactly. It's like a lot of little boxes. And
Yeah.
Roosevelt, the man.
I read it every day. I read it every day because I'm on the lookout for it. I love to read about it. I like
You
to
like
see.
to read about your old schoolmates.
Yeah, I like to see if I know anybody. I like to see if it's Wine Dance. Wine Dance is another really bad black neighborhood,
Yeah.
and I like to see where more murders are committed and all that kind of stuff.
Believe me, Robin, the headline would be if nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. You would see like, wow, today nothing happened
Nothing
in
happened
Roosevelt.
in Roosevelt.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's a news day. It's a local Long Island occurrence,
Yeah.
and everyone just ignores it and hopes it goes away.
I mean, why wouldn't you close that school down? Why wouldn't you get Joe Green? Why wouldn't you do something?
No, they should declare. Oh, they should. You mean Joe Clark?
Joe Clark,
They should
yeah.
They should get Mean Joe Green and Joe Clark to go in there and take care of the whole damn town.
Really, just get a couple of baseball bats and clean up,
We should declare it a foreign country like Haiti
and then invade.
and invade and civilize it. It is out of
Have
control.
troops there
It is
and
not a civilized. It is not a civilized area.
That is sad.
Have you been looking through your mail lately?
Yeah, I got a letter from a woman from Roosevelt who told me not to make fun of it.
Well, did you see the other letter you got?
No.
They wanted you to come and help them reopen the library. Roosevelt, they
Are you
went,
serious?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I cut the ribbon?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. No one goes to that library.
Well, no, they put a lot of money into it now.
Good.
Oh, come on,
completely
Howard.
Oh.
Howard, you gotta go.
No, and number
Come
two,
on.
no way.
Oh,
Let me tell you something,
Howard.
Robin. I made a vow when my parents
you
finally
never
took
go
out in
back.
9th grade that I would never go
Take
back.
me. I want to see.
You're safe there, not me.
Oh, I am?
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
didn't beat up black people at Roosevelt.
All they're
Who
going to
they
do is
killing
pull your
now?
pants down and have some sex with you.
Right. That's exactly
Big
what
deal.
I want to have
You'll
happen.
probably love it.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Come on, take me back.
And why did they have to close the library down in the first place?
Needed some refurbishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have any books.
Fire.
Yeah. And all the stores are burned down. Either the owners burned them down because they can't make a go of it.
Does Hempstead Avenue run through there?
No.
No, it's called Nassau Road.
What is that? What does Hempstead Avenue run through?
Hempstead used
Is that bad too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
'Cause I
But
noticed
Hempstead-
a lot of boarded up stuff there.
But Hempstead's a party. I call Hempstead Africa. Hempstead Africa is a party next to Roosevelt.
Really?
Hempstead is like a nice place compared to
Hempstead
Roosevelt.
still has businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
But they'll be gone
But
soon.
it still looks kind of.
but no, but Howard's right because on Nassau Road, there's like all boarded up movie theaters, and there used to be an A&P.
There was this A&P, and every week it burned down. Someone would buy it and not make a go of it and burn down. So now there's like no supermarket. So I don't know where the black people shop. They must have to go into Uniondale or something.
Right,
Where do the black people shop?
Right on Nassau Road, right on the Uniondale Roosevelt border, they just built this whole new complex.
Oh, really?
You know, it's brand new, but you could tell.
It's
gonna be
already
nice.
getting a little wear and tear.
Now, wait till they used to have a place called the Roosevelt Diner, which was really cool. I used to go there and get French fries in a bag and pour ketchup. And it was just like a really cool place to hang out. And then then
That went.
all the windows started getting blown out, and it was like being in Beirut. And my parents Like, living there.
They didn't know?
They didn't know. Everything's fine. My father, I paid $14,000 for this house. It's almost paid off. I got to move to somewhere like Rockville Center, pay $50,000 for a house. What are you, crazy? Shut up, you moron.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it's pretty wild, but there's this place, there's Nassau Road. That's where the big town is. But And then I told you the movie theater. I used to go to the movies every Saturday at the Roosevelt movie theater.
Right.
So one day I'm there, and I thought a milk dud flew by my head. It was a bullet. The kids were shooting bullets
Stop it. How old
through
were
the
you
screen.
then?
I was about 7th grade.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah. So they shot up the screen, and what it is, screens are really expensive. You don't realize what a movie theater screen is. That's their biggest expense. It's evidently, it's got to be hung the right way, and it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's what is it? Silver Flakes?
I think it's Silver Flakes.
Yeah. So they finally said to everyone, they made an announcement, look, we're going to have to close down the movie theater if the kids keep shooting the screen.
And they said, we'll close it down.
And, well, they did.
Yeah.
They replaced the screen about 100 times, and they gave up.
Does the screen have like holes in it and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, you'd be sitting there watching.
You could miss whole thing,
and
whole scene.
Yeah, a guy's head would be blown off. I mean, it was just unbelievable. But at least they were shooting the screen and not the people. Back then, everyone was a little more
Yeah, they
mellow.
were pointing that away instead of this away.
A lot of times it was BB guns and stuff, but who cared? I mean, it was guns.
When I was in college.
And the kids love the movies. They love the movies. Blacks love movies.
Then why would they shoot up the screen?
They get excited. They start to, I don't know, they get so, you wanted to see what was going on in there.
I used to throw chocolate at the screen where I'm from.
Yeah, a lot of the kids couldn't sit through the movie. They would get crazy and have to fire off some guns. This is in 7th grade, and I was in 7th grade, 100 years ago.
The truth of it is, I think I remember throwing candy at the screen, and I can't remember why. And I guess shooting at the screen is just like the next logical.
Well, I don't know. That's a big leap. Big retard. Jackie throwing chocolate at the screen.
No, jujubes.
Everything.
Jackie, you might be black.
Oh, that's a black thing. It's not a stupid thing.
Take that.
So anyway, it was pretty wild being the one white kid in that. Actually, there were about 4.
Were the one white.
There were 4 white
Making
kids.
yourself out to be
No,
more
you're right.
of a hero than you are.
There were 4 white kids, I confess.
And the shop teacher.
It was me and a guy named Mark
Yeah.
and Dennis Accavelli.
And how long were you there really when
And
it
one
was down
Polak.
to that many whites? How many years were you there when it was only
Come down to 4 whites 1 year.
whites?
That was the
That's-
year that I had to get out.
See?
Oh, excuse me. The previous 2 years, I was one of 20. Yeah, it wasn't much better. I told you about the time they offered, all the blacks went crazy and wanted black studies.
Yeah.
So I signed up for it, just thinking like maybe they'll take it easy on me if I'm racially sensitive.
Yes.
And we get in there, it was all 5 white kids had signed up for the class, and there wasn't one black guy taking these
You all
black
had the
studies.
same strategy?
Yeah, they all had the same strategy. It was a bunch of them, and they canceled black studies at the end of it.
Maybe I'll learn their habits.
Yeah. I just thought it would be kind of cool, like maybe everyone would mellow out if they saw that I was racially sensitive, which I was anyway because I was living there.
No, you weren't raised.
I didn't have to be living there. Oh,
Your
I was.
parents stuck you there.
Hello,
Boy.
bud.
You're Mr. racially sensitive.
I didn't talk like that, yo, blood. I talked like a black guy. I don't. Hey, man, come on, Irvin, don't do that to me, man. That's how I talked for 3 years.
That's why they beat you.
They hate that more than they.
No, they don't. Everybody talks. They talk like that, and they're not from the South.
So you were the original wigger?
Yep.
Hey, man, see you tell.
No,
I was such a wigger.
He didn't
Wrong.
dress the way they did.
I was such a
'cause his
wigger.
parents wouldn't let him.
I was such a wigger that, I mean, I handed down. I can't even do it no more. Man, come on, man. I didn't tell my dad about you.
If he had ever done it, he'd be able to do it.
I swear, come on. In fact, when you first met me, you remember how good a black impression I used to do? It's like wearing off now. I was the wigger. And you went to Uniondale. Didn't you start talking just out of self-defense.
Only when you're around black guys, you start talking because you feel like,
I was in a class and the teacher couldn't calm the kids down, so she said, we're going to have
It's
music.
like going to France. You speak French.
Right. She said, you're gonna have music appreciation day because none of the kids could calm down in class. Everyone bring in their favorite record. So stupid ass me. All the kids have brought in like Motown, Diana Ross,
Or
and
Otis
Temptations,
Redding,
Otis
and
Redding.
Wilson Pickett.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
I get in there. I just discovered Sergeant Pepper's that song. I get up and I go,
Obviously, it can't.
I'm like, well, man, I found this really here good record, and they talk like this. And I said, this is a really good record. And this here, Sergeant Pepper, Lonely Heart Club Band. And you had to stand up in front of the class and put it.
Put the needle on?
Yeah, meanwhile, your hand is shaking. You put your hand on on the record. You can't even cue up the damn record. And then I start playing, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart. I thought they were going to kill me. Everyone started Motown, which I did. Hey, man, I really did, because I felt self-conscious bringing in a Motown record. I really wasn't into Motown. I was into the Beatles.
And it might seem patronizing.
Yeah, right. So I was sensitive to that.
Why couldn't you stand up there and stand up for what you believe?
Oh.
This was the music you liked.
Man, I discovered the Beatles, and you had to talk like this,
Oh, stop
No, that's
it.
how you talk, man. That's how you talk, like this.
They were beating you anyway. You might as well talk like a
Yeah,
white
but you try to
person.
fit in. Like, even in class, when the teacher would call on you, it was cool to be, like, really stupid. Because if you acted like you knew the answer, all the kids would goof on you. So I'd be like, hey, man, I don't know who that is. That's how you had to talk like that. You have to talk stupid.
Say what?
Yeah, say what? No one said say what back then, though. That wasn't the expression.
Oh, that was.
No.
That was Jackie's expression.
Yeah. Say what? But it was weird. It was weird. And I remember, like, when I'd see white kids, I'd talk white, and then I would talk black when I was in school. Hey, man. Hey, man, how you doing? How you doing, man? Hey, Irvin, come on, man. Come on, man. I gotta eat my lunch, too.
How come we can't find this Irvin? We've looked for him a number of
I
times.
know. I don't know his last name.
You are lying, I think.
Why would I lie to you? How could you make that up?
Because you read it in a book, just like that Vietnam stuff.
There's a lot of guys. Yeah. No. This is my personal Vietnam. There's another guy who beat me up, but I don't know if I want to say his full name. His name is Ronald, but have I said his full name?
No, I think you're talking about Zany.
No, Zany Evans never beat me up.
Oh, no.
He was just wild. There was a guy who used to beat me up named Ronald Nipper. I guess it's okay to say his name. Yeah, why not? He used to
What are
beat
you
me up.
doing? If he beat you up, he beat you
I just
up.
don't really want to run into him again. He used to beat me up a lot.
We can't find these people.
Did I ever tell you
He's the
that?
guy who used to steal my salad. Like if I got by him by lunch money, he'd come over and just take his hand.
But wouldn't you like to ask them what the hell they were beating on you for?
I know why they were beating on me. They just
But I mean, just to hear them say it,
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah.
was it?
Well,
Why'd you
find
pick on me?
Well, why don't you go undercover and find these guys?
Did I ever tell you that I got beat up in 9th grade so bad that I had to get stitches and I got beat up in front of the entire school?
Oh.
Look, it
The
was at,
teachers too?
yeah, it was at an assembly.
Oh,
I got beat up at an assembly. So the whole school was assembled.
And did the teacher stop it?
Yeah, I bled all over. I almost got my nose broken. I ended up getting 5 stitches over my eye, but I bled all
Black
over.
guys?
No, one black guy.
Right.
I ended up bleeding.
Oh, Jesus.
I ended up, you know what he did? I ended up
Black
bleeding.
guys can fight, man. Oh, can they fight?
I ended up-
God
One
bless them.
black guy was like a gang on gang.
It is, though. You know what? Listen, I fought a lot of black guys. And when I say I fought, I hardly put up
Howard,
a fight.
it's not like you're a great boxer
Right.
or anything, though.
These guys were like professional boxers. They could move so fast. I used to see guys coming at me like this. I swear to God, they'd come up and they were so wiry and everything. They just go, pow, pow, pow. Just all of a sudden, I'd be like, whoa, I just took 3 hits to the head.
He's right. They were all Sugar Ray Leonard.
They fought each other and then they'd get a hold of you and fight you.
Robin, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Those
You look
Nasty
like I
blindness.
don't know black people.
You know, we have to teach you.
You know those lunchroom tables that come out of the wall?
Yes.
So what happened when you got beat up?
Okay, you know those lunchroom tables that come out of the wall?
Yeah.
I was sitting at one of those, and the guy that beat me up had been in the school for a week. He came from the city or from Queens or somewhere.
Yeah.
He was new to the school. So we were watching this movie in assembly, and I'm tapping my pen, and he said, hey, stop tapping
Hey,
your
man, stop tapping your pen, man.
And I said, I ignored him, and then he called me a name, and I called him a name, and he called me a name. And
Oh,
then,
you fought back.
No,
You said names back. You're a jackass. You never say anything back.
So that was like it, right? So then I just put my head down. We're watching the movie, so I put my head down.
Kick your ass.
And he came up from behind. I was in one of those things you couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
So he started punching me from behind, and then he took my head. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. He took my head and he started smashing it against one of those lunchroom tables.
Oh, man.
So I ended up getting stitches in the eye, but my
Now, let me ask you something. And what happens to the kid who does this? Nothing, right?
we both got suspended for 2 days.
You got suspended.
For you.
You know why? Because
his fist.
they were afraid to suspend the black guy without suspending the white guy.
I never threw a punch because I just never got out of the chair. You know what I mean?
And they suspended you.
But what they did is,
Nowadays, parents are smart. They just sue the damn family. They sue the school. They sue everybody.
I'll tell you what happened.
I could have been a millionaire.
The principal of the school came over to my house.
For the amount of beatings I took, I could have sued
Where
Roosevelt.
were you going to get the money?
Roosevelt's
You'd have
public
been
school.
owed the money.
Well, I could have been owed money at least. I would have theoretically on paper been a millionaire.
The principal of the school came over to my house and said, "You're not suspended, but we'd like it if you stayed home for 2 or 3 days because we don't want a race riot. That's
Right.
what he said. It was
Make it look good.
Because it was like the school was like 50-50. They didn't want to turn it into a whole thing.
Yeah.
But
God forbid common sense should rule.
the music teacher,
Yeah.
the music teacher is the one who ended up getting over there. And my nose was like bleeding like crazy. I thought it was broken. And I bled all over this guy's suit. I mean, people said, like, I don't remember.
Were you like
I was
punch drunk?
I was dizzy, but they said there was blood. The janitor yelled at me when I came back.
See, I would have taken
Blood
that
everywhere.
guy. I would have taken that guy if it was, if I was the governor. I'd have him executed because he is worthless.
But he was one of those guys that was like, he was so much
So
bigger
you
than
have
ninth
to
graders.
Go to school with him every day.
Well, my
Oh
eye,
yeah, that's why schools suck.
my eye closed and changed colors like in Rocky. It was like purple one day and then yellow. It literally closed, and I had to go back to school with one eye.
And I'll tell you something. That's why I said to my mother, "How the hell can you be doing this to me? Are you out of your friggin' bird? Why you put me
Well,
through
what did
hell?"
your parents do when you came home?
Well, his parents had no money.
No, we ended up. My mother was freaking out because she had to come to get me at the school so she could bring me at the hospital because the school doesn't want to start stitching you up or anything. They don't want to be responsible. So
Right.
they said, "Come and get your kid really quick and take him to the hospital." So I went to the hospital and I got stitches, and then myself and my father and the other guy and his father had a meeting with the principal, and the other guy's father was very like belligerent and very,
What do you blame my son?
he was angry at me because of course.
Hey man, he started.
So it was
You
just,
can't argue with that logic. What is it, Stuttering John? What are you waiting for?
Oh, we got a black woman on the phone who's upset with you promoting racism.
I'm promoting racism.
Oh, there.
Hey, I
See
live
how
this.
She got to that.
Darling, how did you get to that point that I'm promoting racism?
Hello?
Yeah.
Howard, listen, I listen to you. I'm your biggest fan, but
No, you're not.
you really need to stop. You really
Oh,
do. Because-
please.
No, first of all, wait. What was that statement that somebody talks black and talks white? And then you're doing...
You
your,
don't know
like,
what that means?
No,
You've never
you're
heard
doing
that
your
before?
Amos and Andy impression.
Hey, that's how I talked in
No.
Roosevelt.
I have a brother who just graduated Cornell Law. He does not talk black,
He doesn't.
okay?
But go to Roosevelt. Everyone talks that way.
No. See, that's an economic and a cultural thing.
Oh,
Just
I'll
because
explain
you
that.
and Boy Gary were raised in poor neighborhoods, and that's truly the root of your problem, does not mean there are blacks out there who don't
Darling,
talk.
I am sure there are, but I didn't grow up with them.
Well, that is it's an economic...
When I lived in Roosevelt, I had to talk that way. That's the way everyone
He
talks.
didn't have to talk that way. That's the way he chose to talk.
That's the way you chose to talk because that's the way you had to survive. But believe me, I'm sure that there were blacks who held their head high and who could afford to get out of that neighborhood, even though your parents
So
couldn't.
tell me something I don't know. Oh, you're so silly.
But you...
Oh, I'm not going to listen to that. She just interrupted a great conversation with a dumb comment.
So anyway, the end of the story was I stayed home from school for 3 days.
It's like Oprah. You see Oprah on her TV show? She gets an all-black audience there right away. She's like, honey child, girlfriend. Let's look at Dionne Warwick. Girlfriend. All of a sudden, when she's on that stupid show, that psychic show, she should be in jail for that show. That's got to be illegal.
Hey, she's not putting a gun to anybody.
They should lock her up. Man, you're taking advantage of dopes. Honey, I just got a prediction. My next album gonna go gold.
Oh, how was the reading?
But every time I see that Psychic Friends Network, I draw bars on my set. Pretend what it'd be like to see Dionne Warwick behind bars. That the FCC don't look into.
Well, she's moving to Brazil, I hear.
Good.
With all the money, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have extradition laws.
Yeah. I guess it's not illegal to get into psychic readings.
$3.99 a minute.
We ought to take a break and do the news. I don't know. Anyway, so much for shop teachers.
Do you want to talk to the guy that you went to high school with, that guy Dennis? And he remembers Irvin and remembers his last name and remembers how big he was and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, verification.
Well, actually, it's just funny because Irvin had a very funny last name.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to announce his name on the air.
Why not?
Because he didn't want to.
All right.
It's just a funny name.
Hey, Dennis, don't announce Irvin's name, but
Who is Dennis?
Dennis Accavelli was the one white guy I told you that we left.
Okay.
He graduated.
doing?
Yeah, his parents were real
See?
poor.
You left him there.
Dennis is a nice guy. I don't know why we didn't hang out more, try to. Yeah, I don't know. Dennis was very bright in school, very intelligent.
So he couldn't hang around with
I don't know, but he never hung around. Even though we were one of the few white people left, it was very funny what happened to the white
But
people.
I thought you were like the valedictorian of this school.
But Dennis would have been.
No. Well, it wasn't safe to walk from my house to Howard's house.
It wasn't?
No.
No, it really wasn't, because Dennis lived on the other side of town.
You two were in pockets.
Roosevelt was only 1 square mile where I grew up, but if you walked, like, he would have to walk 7 or 8 blocks. No more. Maybe 15 blocks.
Because it was a white neighborhood.
It was a white
like overnight,
literally.
hoodlums moved in?
Yeah. Well, what happened was a couple of black families moved in. And what it is, the realtors would decide what neighborhoods would get black families.
Yeah, they target.
Yeah. So a couple of black people moved in, and everyone panicked. Everyone said, well, wait a second. If black people move next door to me, I better sell my house quick. So everyone started selling to blacks. And overnight, I mean, literally, it was like you could knock on someone's door and they would move out in the middle of the night.
You're telling me these people were homeowners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Oh, you mean the people who moved in? No. Let me tell you what happened.
They got assistance,
They got assistance, and 5 families would move into one house. It would be welfare. Because everyone would go, your mama's on welfare. And they go, yeah.
Living in the projects.
Yeah, this was worse than projects. Because there were 5 families.
Level projects.
Dennis, I don't know if you ever saw this, but one time there was a bunch of kids playing baseball. There was 9 guys on each side, on each team. Someone yells out dinner. Every kid, 18 kids piled into one house. And these are little houses.
Went to a house.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, I played football with Ronald Nipper.
Did you?
Yeah. He was our halfback for Roosevelt.
You were a pretty big guy then.
Well, I don't know, it wasn't that big, but
Dennis isn't that big.
Yeah.
But Dennis,
did you get beat up all the time?
I didn't get beat up that much, no. Although I did, when Howard was talking about guys being fast, my mother made me go to school the day after Martin Luther King was shot.
Yeah, me too.
I was walking down the hall, and all of a sudden, just some guy just comes by and just, hits me in the eye, and I didn't even know it. It happened so fast.
Yeah, we were the bad whites for living in Roosevelt. I tell the guys, I used to pray. There was an all-white town next to Roosevelt called Merrick.
Right.
Lily White. I said, boy, black people are always screaming, why don't white men live with the black man? Why is the white man afraid of black skin? I said, me and Dennis, the only 2 guys living with black people. They're beating the crap out of us. Why can't they all get together, go over to Merrick and beat up all the whiteys over there who moved away from them? I used to fantasize. I never understood it. But listen, these were just dopey kids.
That would have shown them that they were wrong to move.
Right. Yeah, why would you beat up the one white guy who's willing to live with you? Yeah, my mom.
Why did you get beat up as much as Howard? That's what I got to know.
I don't know. Like I said, I played football and.
So you knew how to handle yourself.
Yeah.
There was something about Howard.
People do like to beat. Even white people like to beat me up.
You either had to be crazy or no crazy people.
Right.
And I think I knew some crazy people, so people stay away from you.
Dennis, though, you got to see Dennis. Dennis is one of those guys, doesn't look like you should mess around with him. It's not that he's tough looking.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Howard. You sort of had this indication that you were easy pickings.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know either.
But I had guys taking full giant metal baskets and throwing them at my shoulders and head.
You were going to hurt them back.
Hey, Howard, I also remember shop class. That was wild. Do you remember the shop teacher's name?
What was his name?
Mr. Anthony.
Yeah, Mr. Anthony.
Yeah.
That's the guy who stood by while I got my ass
Where is
kicked.
Mr. Anthony? We should call him up for that.
The keys to the bathroom on this big wooden block.
And he'd throw it at you.
Yeah, he used to throw it like you would be
throw it at your head.
Oh, he was
at your head, and people would get hit. No one would report them to their to their mothers.
Yeah, it was different. You know what? Because that wasn't so bad getting hit by your shop teacher when you're getting beat up by black guys.
He also used to walk around, with that T-square. He used to walk around with the T-square, and if he'd come up from behind you, and if you would
smack you,
and he'd whack you with it.
So he did control the class.
Oh well, not really.
Nah, he was just doing that because he was sadistic, I think.
Well, he should work at the vault.
You have a place for him.
Your mom's made you go to school too after Martin Luther King was shot. My mother too. I said to my mother, well, maybe I ought to stay home.
Shoot him.
Oh man. My mother's black friends were calling her saying, Ray, leave Howard home today. Let it rest for a couple of days. My mother goes, I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I go, oh, she's not afraid. Isn't that brave of her? She's not going to school. She's going to sit in the house. My mom is sending me the day after Martin Luther King is shot. Every black guy is ready to kill any white thing he sees.
Yeah, the school was in an uproar. It was like crazy.
I don't know about you, man, but I took my ass right out of school at 3 o'clock and ran.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Did you get hit that day? You said you got beat up.
Did I get beat up that day? I don't think I got beat up that day. It might have been a day later. Dennis took the beating that day in the eye.
It wasn't safe. For the next 2 weeks, it really wasn't safe.
Wasn't there a math teacher, too, that got stabbed?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? The math teacher who got stabbed in the parking lot?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun stuff. Great community.
What do you do now, Dennis?
I'm a computer consultant.
He's a real smart guy.
See, you could get a good education there.
Me and him, he was one of those guys who was always in the smartest class, even when it was all white, because we grew up together. We were at the school when it was all white.
Yeah.
And I remember he was in Mrs. Lazar's 6th grade class, which was considered the genius class, and they accidentally put me in it. I don't know. Remember I got in your class?
Yeah.
Remember I didn't know anything? And I just sit there and cheat off you?
Oh, dear.
And one time, I used to sit behind Dennis Accavelli. And one time I made a joke about Dunkin' Donuts, and I started snotting to my nose. Do you remember this, Dennis?
Sure.
And the snot was running out of my nose so bad that Mrs. Lazar came over and stood me up in front of the class with snot dripping out of my nose. He goes, Mr. Stern is in need of a tissue. He obviously finds something funny. You remember this, Dennis? Yeah, he's got to, because it was a highlight of my life. Big wads of snot just dripping out of my nose.
Man.
Oh, man.
That was funny.
Had a wipe on Dennis's shirt. No, but the teacher, this was such a smart class. What happened was, in 5th grade, I really got into reading.
Smart class you did this in, huh?
In 5th grade, I really got into reading.
Mm-hmm.
I had really discovered the joy of reading. And when I discovered the joy of something, I get into it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm on to the next thing.
It's just like your new thing.
So I read so much.
Yes.
That they tested. You know, it was it just coincided with the time they tested you. They test you once a year. And my reading score shot through the roof, like comprehension, all that stuff. So I said, this kid is so bright. Even though he doesn't do well in school, we're putting him in Mrs. Lazar's class.
Uh-huh.
And that was a big accomplishment to be in.
Yeah, I mean, and people were like angry that I was in Mrs. Lazar's class because I didn't belong in there. I knew I didn't belong in there. And you were all on the honor system. She'd even put the desks together in 4s.
So there was no monitoring.
And I cheated my ass off. I cheated off Dennis Accavelli every day. He got me through 6th grade. I would have flunked out.
You know, when I was in over in high school, like in homeroom, no one would ever want to like sit near me. Like everybody was running around homeroom and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
because you were white,
like,
right?
You know, when they gave like midterms and finals and stuff, everybody had to sit in their homeroom seat. Everybody would try and sit near me so they could cheat off me.
Right.
Then you were popular.
And you better let those guys cheat off you.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to.
Hey, Howard, did you mention your shop teacher's name on the air?
Yeah.
Because this guy called, said, he went to Roosevelt around the same time that you did. He didn't know you or anything, but he swears on a stack of Bibles that he sees the shop teacher every morning and that the guy's a Jehovah's Witness now. He sees him at a train station handing out pamphlets.
Wow, no kidding.
I would be surprised.
That's great. Yeah. That was someplace.
Yeah.
You don't live in Roosevelt anymore, I take it.
No, not anymore. No. I live in Port Washington now.
Oh, that's a nice community. Nice.
Where are your
Straight to the North Shore.
Are your parents out of Roosevelt?
Yeah. We talked a couple of years ago. My mother's in that page now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
When
Nice
did you
community.
finally get out?
Oh, I don't know. I moved out. I was living home. I moved out about when I was 25 years old.
But they were still in Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, still Roosevelt.
Dennis was, and he lived in a giant white house.
Uh-huh.
Right, Dennis?
Yeah.
Bigger than anyone's house.
Yeah. We sold that. You know what it is now? It's like a halfway house for alcoholics and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like, yeah, there was a big white house, so that,
It's an
There's like
an
2 million
institution.
people living in it.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't remain friends, though, that when we were under the Black Siege. I don't know why we didn't band together, but I guess it was every man for himself. It was divide and conquer.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We like everybody just kind of like split apart. Like,
Yeah, I always liked you.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that we were going to have a reunion or something.
Maybe you are. I'm not. You go back. I'll tell you something, Dennis. I refuse. My wife wants to see where I grew up. She thinks it's like a thing, and I take her and I drive her. I drive her to Rockville Center, and I go, "Oh, that's where I grew up." She goes, "It's not so bad here. Why are you complaining?" I go, "I know it's not so bad." She still thinks she's seen Roosevelt. I just drive her around different neighborhoods.
Do you really think that you would have like pains or
Yes,
something? If
I know. I would go into a flashback. It's like if you brought a guy back from Vietnam who'd been sprayed with Agent Orange.
But you know what, Howard? Robin's right. The time really has come,
Yeah.
and you should do this even for the E-show. We should take Robin to Roosevelt.
No.
I really want to see.
I'm not going.
Can I take her?
I will not
love
go.
To see the inside of these schools.
I would vomit.
Oh, Howard!
I would
come
vomit.
on.
I hated it there.
You know you got to get.
I would
over
have the
this.
shakes.
This is not good that you still have this,
Yeah,
and it's
whenever I'm
time
on
to go
the
back.
subject-
Dennis, you ever go back there?
Huh?
You ever go back?
No.
Yeah,
I went back. I passed by one time. I passed through the town, like real
260.
quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back there.
Stop at the lights up.
You got to understand something. This is like going to. This is like, okay.
If I
you
can
were,
go home, you can go back to this.
remember on Tarzan? Wait a second. You remember on Tarzan when Tarzan would encounter a tribe that just hated any outsiders? It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
and they just attack. They can run through the jungle and attack
even
them.
Tarzan would have trouble with
Even Tarzan would have to. He'd be screaming for animals, and animals wouldn't come. He'd be like, oh.
And the elephants would turn and go the other way.
And there's no animals, nothing. That's what this is like.
The lions didn't come.
You don't know what's going to happen to you. It's just a wild party.
Hey, you know, every time I'm on the Southern State Parkway with my wife, I threaten to take her through Roosevelt.
Yo, yeah, me too. I go by the exit and I speed up past the exit. I go.
Exit that says
Yes,
Roosevelt?
it's exit 20 on the Southern State Parkway, and I go by it and I go.
21.
Yeah, exit 21, and I say to my my wife sometimes, I go, oh God, if we even broke down. She goes, broke down in front of the exit, you'd be nervous? I go, yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know what could happen.
And, you know, it's funny because to get to Uniondale, it's the same exit, but you go left, and whenever you tell anyone to come visit you, so whatever you do, don't make a right.
Yeah, you might not come back.
You'll never see your friends again.
It's really that bad. And that was 20 years ago. It was bad. Imagine what it's like now.
Forget about it, I guess.
Years, I wouldn't know what it was.
Anybody who grew up there would not go back.
But don't you?
I would sooner run around naked in Harlem.
Aren't you curious, though, Howard?
No curiosity whatsoever.
Oh, come
Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see the house I grew up in.
The
house is still there?
Oh, I know it is because I have the E-Crew go down there and shoot it so I can see what it looks like.
What's going on? Do you know who's in there?
No, don't want to know. I know it's painted yellow, a really strange color.
Checks cashed.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. It makes being a lost tourist in Florida a joyride. Honest to God, I'd rather put up with that. It's bad, man. Well, Dennis knows. He went through the war. We're like, you know what? We ought to get together and drink like two Vietnam vets.
And tell stories.
Yeah, like, and like, you know, because no one else understands us.
Lay out your
Get, like,
medals.
little black berets and stuff.
Yeah, just sit there.
Raise, we survived.
You can go down to like a VW hall.
The big one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. Remember that guy used to kick our ass? And tell Robin that guy Irvin.
Big, huh?
Irvin was really big, wasn't he?
Irvin was a big guy.
And wasn't he like a man? It was like men
Did he have
beating up
like the
boys.
shave and stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah. There was like a lot of guys in school like that.
Yeah. They were older than us.
Yeah. At least they looked old. I mean, they could have been the same age, but they looked like they were 25 years old.
My friend, these guys were not our age. These were guys who came from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and had not gone to school for 12 years, and they just threw them in a school.
You never have to prove how old you are in school.
No. It was not a fair fight. All right, Dennis, I'm getting the shakes just talking to you.
Howard, could you put Dennis on hold? I want to talk to him.
Okay. Hold on, Dennis.
Okay, take it easy.
All right, man. Another survivor.
Well, see, nothing bad happened. You survived.
It's like Auschwitz survivors getting together. Why us? Why were we the two that survived?
They're still shaking.
What about the others?
I've got 6 numbers on my arm.
Yeah, right. I should have tattoos.
Something to show that you were there.
Yeah. I'm very embarrassed, Robin, to show you my tattoo.
Keep it covered at all times.
Yeah. I think a concentration camp was a party compared to Roosevelt.
Now you're getting really crazy. There was no gas chamber at the end of the hall.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's take a break and do the news. This is ridiculous.
Enough of your silliness.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Afraid of Roosevelt.
I didn't know Dennis Hackavelli would call it.
You really ought to go back just to see. It's just
You
like
go and check it out.
A horse, Howard.
Yeah.
You gotta get back on.
As I say to my wife, there is no reason to go back. In fact, when my father pulled the car away from Roosevelt that day, I never looked back.
That was it. You've never stepped foot in there again.
I wouldn't allow my father to put his foot on the brakes because I thought it was going to be like a movie. Just as you're getting out, somebody
drag you back in.
Yeah. And we got out, and I just sat there, and I said, ooh, there's a new Italian restaurant in Rockville Center where we're moving. And I was just so excited. So excited.
I got to go check. I've never seen Roosevelt. I really got to go check this out.
To me, it's vanished. Like that city in the Superman episode that completely vanished.
Right,
they put it in a bottle.
Yeah.
Fortress of Solitude it now sits. Whole city gone. Let's just take a break.
You know what's funny? Because you white people have been being black and then turning white when it was convenient for a long time.
Not me.
Get used to it.
Not me. I've been white the whole time.
Nope, you were telling me you were black the other day.
I'm black by where I grew up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can be black for a little while.
No, I'm black because I was a white man in only a black community. That's why I'm black.
But you also tried to fit in and assimilate, and so you talked black. But as soon as you got to camp, you turned white.
Absolutely.
You weren't loyal.
I turned black as a matter of survival. I had to be black.
But
no one understood what the fuck I was talking about unless I talked the talk. Yo, Irvin, don't take my money, motherfucker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Man. Come on, man. Can you imagine I talk like that my entire young life? Man. I'm like Oprah in reverse. I used to be like, come on, Irvin. This fucker, Irvin, if I could get my hands on him. Well, I couldn't do anything against him. He's so strong. But if this fucker, his name was Irvin. I-R-V-I-N. Not even Irving. Irvin. Like his mama named him Irvin. And this fucker had a full goatee. I was fucking 14 years old. This motherfucker must have been left back 100 times. He's tall, lanky, and could beat the shit out of you.
21.
He must have been 21. He used to whip his cock out in shop class. It was the size of a grown man with big hair and balls. And the motherfucker used to choke me, and I go, come on, Irvin, man, what the fuck, man? Come on, man. And I'd be like, come on, man. And he'd just keep choking my ass and beat me. Go, you told the principal, didn't you, man? I go, no, man. I didn't do it, man. Swear, Irvin. And it was like, that's how I talk, like a fucking nutcase. That's where my parents put me. That's where my father and mother decided to raise me. The fuck is wrong with those two? Sorry.
Why didn't you say, oh, Ma, what's wrong?
Come on, man. Irvin, man. Come on, that's my lump money.
Moms, what's wrong with you?
Come on, Moms. When I go home, I'll be all white.
And I do got to be honest. My parents raised me around white people, and I thank them for that. I got to admit that.
You couldn't have survived a day in Roosevelt.
But now I can.
I see a lot of black guys who could never survive a day in Roosevelt. You got to be real hardcore tough.
Who would want to?
You had to be in the 5%ers, which was even before the Bloods and the Crips.
Even if you have any sense at all, you wouldn't want to be able to survive.
No. If you have any sense at all, stay away from there. In fact,
it used to be so funny when I was...
The exit for Roosevelt is on the Southern State Parkway here in New York, and I'll tell you what. Some people I know said, you know what I do? I don't even see the exit. In fact, they think the exit should be taken down. That way you could get in there.
Don't even tell people how to get there.
Gary, didn't you tell me you were in a car with someone who said that they used to block out the exit or something? It was crazy.
Gary is so racist.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Didn't he vote for Dinkins because he was something he said I was watching on Howard TV or something I heard when he said something about Dinkins. He voted for Dinkins because he didn't want black people to riot or something. I don't know. He said something like that. Do you remember Howard?
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, and I want to just tell people, up in the Fort Lee area, I lost my puppy, my Shih Tzu.
How do you lose your dog?
You know, I took him out to take him in the groom, and I got 2 of them, right? I took him out, and he ran around the building. He's like 8 months old. He ran around the building. The cops helped me, and everybody helped me, but I couldn't find him.
Hey, did you see the guy sitting behind Gary when we just put him on camera?
Yes, who is that?
That's Antonio Pierce. He's on the New York Giants. He's our intern.
What?
Yeah, he wants to get into broadcasting. He's interning.
Are you serious?
Good day, Robert, for the day.
Hey, Antonio, your first job as an intern. Beat the shit out of Gary. I want to see that. That'd be.
I'm trying to work him right now. We're trying to figure out something I can beat him on right now, but they ain't giving me a good topic to beat him up on.
What do you want? You want to be in broadcast? What do you want to do? On camera kind of broadcasting or radio?
No, I'm trying to see what fits my niche, what I'm good at. So
you're smart.
Behind the scenes first, and then see if I can come on there and handle the big boys.
You know why you're smart? I'm going to tell you something. You're thinking ahead. If you want, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys think football's going to last forever.
Well, you got to. It's a short-term business. I tell people I'm trying to retire in my 30s. Most people still working on their careers, so...
Some of those guys you work with are dumb bastards, right?
Some of them still buying jewelry and not having no cars, living at their mother's house when they go home for the off-season.
Are you serious?
Definitely.
Wow.
Well, I missed that. What did Antonio say?
He said a lot of them are still buying jewelry. They don't have cars, and they go home to their mother's house on the off-season.
He's right. He's absolutely right.
What's wrong with buying jewelry? I hate
Nothing wrong with buying jewelry. Nothing wrong with buying jewelry, but if you don't have...
Why do black people always do that? Put people down. Oh, why do black people always buy jewelry? That's what we like.
You don't like a house?
We like cars and jewelry and frivolous things. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah, but
frivolous. You just said it.
What Antonio's saying is all the money you put into jewelry, you could put in investments
and not be a slave to the man the rest of your life. Do you understand?
You might as well put on chains when you put on that jewelry.
That's right. That's a chain. That jewelry is chaining you to the man. I'm telling you, man. Right, Antonio? You don't want to end up like, working for the man in a used cars dealership when you could have just taken all that jewelry money and invested it and perhaps...
He got jewelry. Did you see his medallion? I seen him. He got more jewelry than any nigga I know.
Wow. Well, you must ain't seen me. Because I ain't got no jewelry. I got a watch and a bracelet. But I got some homes, I'll tell you that much.
You up there around the white man. When I see you on, I forgot what thing that was. You had on a chain, a diamond chain, and a bracelet to match it. That shit must have cost about $30,000.
I didn't say I didn't have jewelry. I said I got jewelry, but I have a house. Some of these guys have jewelry, cars, rims, and they go home to their mother's house in off season and have nothing to stay at. They stay on the couch when they get home. They don't have their own bed to sleep in.
But you do have jewelry and cars, right?
I have a car. I don't have most.
What kind of car are you driving?
I got a BMW and a Range Rover.
What kind of BMW?
7 Series.
Oh, come on, dog.
Come on, Watt. That's the best there is.
What, 760 or 740?
Oh, it's fast enough.
What do you have, 760 or 740?
750 Li.
Hey,
supercharged Range Rover. They can get up. Trust me, they both over 400 horsepower, so I got enough in there. I don't need no speeding tickets, so I'm all right.
What kind of faucets do you have in your house?
Yeah, just regular faucets. As long as water comes out, I'm okay.
You got that? You ain't got the Wolf stove, WLF, with the red knobs?
Nah, I'm not into all that, man. Like I said, I'm stacking up on my real estate in my homes, making sure everywhere I go, I got a house. I don't have to rent.
You got to get the Wolf stove, nigga, with the big knobs.
Oh, dear.
Let me tell you something. Wolf what's that other stove?
Oh, King, here's the difference between you and Antonio. Your parents bought your house. Antonio bought his own house.
Yeah. And my mother's house.
Right.
Yeah, because he was probably brought up like that. I wasn't brought up in the ghetto. Hey, listen, when I was like 10 years old, and you remember when gardeners used to be white? They wasn't Mexican back then. I used to open the door. I was 10 years old, and they was doing the landscaping, and I used to open the door. I used to be looking at me like, what's this little nigga?
What's he talking about?
He's in his own world now.
Yeah, all right, thanks, King.
Listen. Hello?
Yeah.
No, when the landscapers used to landscape our house when we lived, where I grew up at.
They were white people.
Yes, it was all white people around.
And they'd freak out when a black family was living in the house?
Yeah, the landscapers, like, they were white then. They weren't Mexicans like now. They were white. So when my mother used to say, give this to the landscapers, the payment, and they used to ring the doorbell. We had those big double doors.
All right, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Hey, so the plan is you're thinking of going into broadcasting. You're smart. You're going to intern.
Yep.
He's interning for the day. He ain't interning.
All right, I didn't think he was going to be around here getting Benji coffee for 2 months.
Now I can do a little bit of coffee, you know what? The good thing about women.
Hi, it's Hank, the angry drunken dwarf. Tonight on the E! Show, watch Insane Clown Posse get into a shouting match with an angry black man. The E! Show rules, so tune in tonight.
You like Insane Clown Posse?
I don't even know who he is.
Not a good fighter.
115-pound intern just stared Howard down.
Yeah, I know Jackie could beat me up.
I don't know.
I think you could.
I don't have any. I know you say I'm angry, but I don't have any fury.
We have a fight.
I don't have fury.
No, come on. I couldn't fight the guys, but I'm just saying.
Why not?
I think I know Fred could beat me up.
As a friendly competition, I wouldn't fight Fred.
Fred, you could beat me up, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think
I had an older brother.
Once.
I had an older brother.
See, I never had that.
He was 4 years older. I had
my sister used to beat me up.
Yeah, he used to kick my
Your
ass all over.
Your sister beat you up?
No, she used to throw me in a closet and lock me in there for an hour. I'm used to get my ass kicked.
No wonder you're a mess.
And in Roosevelt, I was in tons of fights. I always got my ass kicked.
You didn't even put up a fight.
No. I would bend over and crouch down and be beaten. Like a dog.
You never threw one punch, did you?
No, I did. I did to this Polish guy. In Roosevelt, there was a couple other white people there, like 2 or 3. There was a Polish guy who sat in front of me in English. And he turned around and punched me in the face. He thought I was full Jewish. I tried to explain I was half Jewish.
And he shouldn't try you.
And Polacks hate Jews.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's their natural enemy. Like dogs hate cats.
Dogs hate cats.
Oh, please, the Poles during World War II.
But you're born hating Jews.
Yeah, the Poles hate Jews. Used to be a lot of Jews living in Poland, but they took care of that. I don't even think there's 3 living in all of Poland.
If
So
they
the
did,
guy-
they just moved.
Guy didn't realize I was only half Jewish, and really technically not even Jewish at all. But it didn't matter.
He already made up his
It
mind.
doesn't matter.
So what happened?
He turned around, he punched me in the face.
Did you punch him back?
So which was really stupid because he was sitting in front of me, so I could do stuff to him. So I took my hand and I smacked him in the back of the head. I punched him in the back of the head, which hurt my hand.
Punched him. You didn't smack.
Punched him in the back of the head. Like boom.
You thumped
So him,
You didn't punch him.
he got the 2 other Polacks,
Oh no.
and the 3 of them said, "We'll meet you outside after school." I was like,
See,
"That ain't."
what is it with guys? You know, if you got a beef with a guy, how come all of a sudden all your friends are now in it?
And I thought these guys were my friends.
Oh.
That's what really hurt the most.
Oh boy.
I was really hurt over because I was like, "Well, they're white guys."
Oh, you thought that made you a natural
Yeah,
ally.
I just thought like maybe I had some allies. They said, "Here it is. I'm getting my ass kicked by all the blacks," and now but the white guys.
Haven't you been listening to black people? Don't you know how vicious white people are?
Yeah, they're right. I've been beaten more by white guys than I had black
So
guys.
there was dissension among the whites.
Yeah,
Always.
always.
Whites
Because
beating up whites.
these were really white tough guys who were getting their ass kicked every day, so they needed somebody.
They needed somebody to beat up.
Yeah, girls were beating our ass. So they got a hold of me after school, and they roughed me up. But I kicked the one main guy in the balls, and I ran, and I got away.
You were beaten up by girls,
No, 3 white guys.
but you said girls were beating those guys up, so I was wondering if you had gotten beaten up by girls.
I'm pretty sure I did.
How old were you when you were in a fight for the last time? Like a real fight?
Last time?
Yeah, like a genuine fight. Were you?
Probably when you left Roosevelt, right?
No, I had 1 or 2.
Have you been in a
I
fight?
was beaten with chains in Southside.
But have you ever been in a fight as an adult, like a real adult? Like
No, I was in high school.
Chains?
By chains, yes.
By who?
I was playing basketball with 2 other guys.
You told me this.
Yeah, and I'd blocked it out, actually. I forgot about it. It was nighttime. We were in like a public gym.
Or a
And,
playground?
yeah.
Was it outside?
It was a public gym, and a bunch of guys came in and started calling us filthy Jews. Again, I was half Jewish.
Why were you hanging around with Jewish people?
They came in with chains and beat us with chains. So then then the JDL contacted us. You know, the Jewish Defense League?
Right. They wanted to go out and beat those
They said,
guys
let's
up.
kill these guys. I said, well, that might be severe. He goes, well, all right, we'll come to one of the meetings. Go over to one of the meetings. These guys come in. One guy comes in looking like Moshe Dayan. He's got 1 eye and the whole thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the
Got
eye patch and everything.
over
Yeah,
his
the
eye?
whole thing. And some big Jewish guys. Like big Jews.
Very rarely seen.
Yeah, and I was like, well, you sure these guys are Jewish? And then I had like FBI infiltrators. They go, no, we're having a secret meeting tonight. A temple in Hewlett or something was egged. I guess someone had defaced it.
Yes.
They go, we're going to go protect the temple. They hand me a baseball bat. They hand my other 2 buddies a baseball bat. The other 2 guys whip out guns.
Oh,
I mean, big guns. And they go, follow us. And I'm like, oh, no.
What are you
I
into
never heard
now?
this one.
Yeah, this is the truth.
Now you're in the Jewish mafia.
Yeah. With the guy who looks like Moshe Dayan. He's carrying a gun.
Are these old? How old
One of
are
the guys
these
who
people?
brought us over to the JDL, one guy was a high school guy, and the other guy's about 40-something years old.
Wow.
And then there were some other old guys with guns. We get there, there's guys with baseball bats and guns, and they hide out in the bushes, and they're waiting for these guys. And when they see them, they say, we're going to kill them. And I'm like, wait a second. I ain't killing nobody. I don't want to be an accessory to a crime. But if I walk out, I'm a big pussy. So what do? And I have no way of getting home.
You do.
So I'm out in the bushes. Me and my friends are crapping our pants. The guy with the gun is cleaning his gun. Every 2 minutes, somebody's like, come on, I hear something. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be it. Guys, tomorrow night, we'll wait for him tomorrow night. I never showed up again. I don't know what they did. Do you imagine? I said, I'll go get beaten by chains. These guys meant business, man. They were nuts.
You've had some harrowing life.
Oh, yeah.
They beat you with chains.
Yeah, with chains, with
Across the back?
yeah. Oh, yeah, when you're down on your knees. You get hit
Tied
with
up? Like,
No. Yeah, I've taken some good beatings. But I don't think I had
Taking them, huh?
I've taken a few good beatings, yeah.
But you never,
Oh, yeah, I told you, the Polish guys, the 3 guys, I kicked one in the nuts and I got away.
So why you couldn't do anything with these guys with the chains?
Oh, man, those chains come at you, there's nothing you can do.
You crumble.
Yeah, these are big guys with chains. These were no high school students. They were like greasers.
Yeah.
Like motorcycle guys.
How'd they know you guys were Jewish?
They just knew. I don't know. I think because basically it was a. I didn't know this until they watched this play.
Pretty easy to spot.
No, I think it was some sort of league that somebody brought me to. Or it was a whole thing. I guess the Jews used this particular court or something. I don't know. Somebody brings me somewhere, and the next thing I know, I'm getting beaten by chains. But there's nothing you can do against chains. Nothing. It's kind of funny. Yep. Because even I was looking around, what are these guys wearing, yarmulkes or something? I'm just trying to play some basketball. And meanwhile, you've seen me play basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
You should be beaten for that.
Maybe they just really love the game.
Yeah. I've beaten some guys up, though.
Who?
I've won some fights.
How old were you?
First fight I was ever in, I beat the crap out of a guy.
How old were you?
See, you've
I
never
was,
told us about these fights.
Yeah, well, those aren't funny. When I win, it's not funny. It's cruel.
Well, who'd you beat?
There's a kid on my block. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was a pain in the ass. I saw him beating up another kid.
Yeah.
So I beat the crap out of him.
How did you do that?
I punched him in the face a couple of times, got him down on the ground, and choked him.
Were you bigger than him?
No, we're the same size.
Oh, I'm just amazed.
Yeah. I've kicked some ass. And the kid fought like a retard.
Usually you can't beat those guys.
Yeah, I hurt my hand on his wheelchair. I mean,
Oh, stop it.
No, but I really beat this guy's ass.
Yeah.
And there's like maybe 2 or 3 others I've beaten. Not many.
I guess you have to fight when you're a guy.
You do.
Yeah, because
you got to fight.
Because I was in.
And it's the worst thing. Like, you don't even want to be a guy unless you're really into fighting and you were raised. You had 2 brothers.
Yeah,
Gary.
but that didn't help any. That was older than me. But I hung out with guys who were guys that would get in fights just because of what other people said.
Yeah.
Because you can't talk to a guy that way.
Yeah, right.
Like Chuck Zito.
Yeah.
He said that's why I had to kick his ass.
Right.
And I would hang out with guys like that. And I would always end up in the middle of fights that I didn't want to be in. Like my friend was going out with a girl once from another town, and we went to go visit her at a bar.
Yeah.
And all the guys that were there, they didn't like us because we were like from out of town and, hanging around the girl.
Yeah.
And we ended up I remember I had to take my buddy comes over to me and he says, we're going to get an ass kick and you better be ready. And we took our belts off and wrapped them around our hands and everything.
Right.
And then it just turned out that 2 guys fought, my friend and another guy.
Yep.
But I was ready to get my ass kicked from my friend because he dated some stupid girl.
Plus, I knew I grew up in Roosevelt, and you know what fights were there? All of a sudden, word would travel through the school. Now, this is an all-black school. Word would travel that Malvern was going to be playing football or something, and Malvern didn't like Roosevelt. Malvern was another black community.
Yeah.
Malvern was coming over to kick Roosevelt's ass. Not in football, but in a rumble.
In general.
And everyone would know about it. And it was the talk of the school. Sure enough, 3 o'clock, the bell would ring. You'd walk outside. There'd be cars parked up and down Roosevelt High School with kids from Malvern. Kids would come running out, and there'd be a massive rumble.
It's like Custer's Last Stand.
So
true.
Like a massive rumble where people, blood, ambulances, everything. And man, I would tear ass out. First you're watching like it's fun, then you realize someone's there to fight you. Yeah.
My town just wasn't like that.
No.
So when you go to school with kids like that who are used to fighting like that, you
think you learn to fight.
No, you don't. You learn just the opposite. You're like, I'm not going to fight this guy. He was just in a rumble. I mean, real rumbles. And the teachers would do nothing because why would you?
You'd lose your life.
These kids were nuts. It always looked like seriously, like a Tarzan movie. Like 2 tribes fighting each other.
Howard, it's so true.
Except they were wearing clothes.
Not by the end of the fight. Women would come out and fight. Everyone would fight. And they loved it. It wasn't like no one, was people were digging it.
It's a social event.
It was interesting to watch. But it was scary. I know, because in Uniondale it was the same exact thing, except the guys were going to come over from Hempstead.
Right.
And
Uniondale and Hempstead had a rival, but we used to get in fights with Hempstead and Uniondale. Uniondale had a lot of blacks, but Hempstead had a lot of blacks. Hempstead's like Africa.
Yeah.
Roosevelt's more like Africa.
Hempstead is
Roosevelt was like
Hempstead's Africa.
Roosevelt was like Madagascar. They were like off the coast of Africa.
Right.
But Hempstead was Africa.
Hempstead, Africa. All the Long Island's like Africa on the South Shore now. Baldwin's like Africa. Roosevelt, it's like the Congo.
Freeport. There was a little stretch there.
You know, my mom wanted to move from Roosevelt to Freeport. She wanted to leave one black community and go to another. She goes, Freeport's a lovely community. I go, Ma, what are you, stupid?
Well, how did they wind up in Rockville Center?
I wouldn't let him move to Freeport. I put my foot down. I said, you can move there.
Yes, because my parents were talking about stuff like that, too. There's really nice parts of Freeport, but no way will we move
Yeah, everyone
there.
goes, there are some nice parts of Freeport. Nice means white. So we go, there are some really nice parts of Freeport. I go, yeah, but you're
they're like an
surrounded.
oasis in the desert.
Yeah, right. Who needs that? You still got to go to Freeport High School.
I always say, why would you want to run a gauntlet to your home?
No.
The nice parts of Freeport were the big houses on the water that we were never going to move in.
Yeah, and those kids must go to water school.
Yeah, the school is on a boat.
Yeah, on a boat.
You come inland, you're in trouble.
Because my mother used to say, there are very lovely parts of Freeport. Like, well, yeah, but don't I have to go to Freeport High School with black people who want to kill me? Why would you leave Roosevelt to go to Freeport?
They know you and they want to kill you.
Yeah, it's crazy. My mom cannot pick a community.
Oh, good.
She picks Rockville Center, which is a hotbed of anti-Semitism anyway. Got the whole damn archdiocese there. Yeah, I mean, you still get beaten. And personally, I'd rather be beaten by black people than white people. It's humiliating to be beaten by your own people.
Blacks beat you quickly and leave you alone.
Yeah, and you know what? They
don't have any, there's no animosity in it. They're
there
just
isn't.
beating you.
The black people were beating me for money. They had a reason.
Yeah.
They were on welfare.
It wasn't just because they hated you.
Yeah. This guy Ronald who beat me every day, he needed lunch money. This kid never ate.
How was he strong enough to fight?
Oh, this kid was built like a
Because
man.
he was good at fighting.
Yeah.
But you talk about women fighting, like black women beating up white guys.
Yeah.
I once saw a woman beat up the captain of the high school football team. Kick his ass.
Yeah, well, they fight great.
stop
Black
it.
women fight better than anybody on the planet.
She had to
Not
be
better than black men.
she had to be
Oh,
half
yes.
a foot. She had to be half a foot taller than him.
Black women fight like retards. They come at you because they don't care how they look. And they fight and they beat ass.
Oh, dear.
I've never seen anything like it. I swear to you, I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I knew that, because I remember when I was in elementary school, and there would be this group of tough girls.
Yeah.
As we were coming home, we're in the playground, swinging on the swings, and these girls come by and they say, we want those swings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this little friend of mine, she decided we shouldn't give up the swings. And she says, no. And she's standing there with her hands on her hips, looking at this girl who's like a whole head taller than she is and a lot older. And I'm like, come on, girl. We're going to get killed if we stay here because they look really vicious.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have ever fought those
Kick
girls.
your ass.
Oh, my goodness. I
Mark.
thought they must have knives.
Hello?
You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Howard.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Listen, I'm a big fan to your show.
Thank you.
And I'm Polish.
Yes.
Listen, I want to say this is not true. We hate the Jews.
The Poles don't hate the Jews?
Not anymore. They're gone.
This is not anymore.
Dude, there's no more Poles. Listen. Wait a second. Where do you live? In Poland?
Yeah, I live in Poland.
Yeah. Well, there's no more Jews there. How could you hate them?
There's no more Jews?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Not in Poland, buddy.
Still a lot of them.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, come on. Robin.
Yes.
You got to be pulling my leg. You're not Polish.
You know me, Robin.
I do?
From the Park Building, the Rolling Stones cover magazine.
Okay, if you
The
say
guy
so.
with the long hair.
long hair?
The long hair?
Long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was you.
That's Ben Hur. All right, thank you, sir.
Howard, I know
there's a Polish guy that ain't Jewish.
I know a first-generation Pole
Yeah.
who, I mean, I wouldn't put him on the air because I wouldn't want to embarrass him, but they explained to me why they hate the Jews.
Yeah, go
Why
ahead.
is it?
Because these are Catholic Poles.
Okay.
Right.
So in Poland, I mean, there's no logic to this thinking, but in Poland, during the war, the Catholic Poles were living there nice,
Right.
and Hitler came in and ruined their country. Now, they should hate Hitler,
Right.
but they hate the Jewish Poles because if the Jewish Poles weren't there, their country would still be there.
Yeah, that's why they
he
hate
came
Jews.
in to get the Jewish Poles.
Right. That's not why they hate them, by the way. You know why? They hate them because what happened is in Poland was an incredible cultural center when they had a Jew. It was almost like New York City. But once the Poles were very jealous of the Jews because the Jews had this thriving community, and they started to think, well, all the Jews are rich. There were a lot of poor Jews,
They're
but
sucking the money out of my
they're sucking the money out of my pocket. Meanwhile, they had this incredible cultural center. So when the Poles got pissed off, they were like, hey, what the hell? Let's get rid of our Jewish problem. So they went along with it and killed all the Jews. And now it's kind of like Poland's like, you don't hear too much about it. It's not happening. It's the reason. They kind of killed off their whole cultural business center relationship with the world. And now they're like, kind of like, but they still hate the Jews. I mean, they'd
They
rather...
hate them because they took everything away.
Yeah, now they're not there and they hate them. But that's the way, right? Well, the whole world hates Jews. Let's face it.
Why is that?
Well, because...
No, it's crazy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Well, yeah,
It
it's
makes
crazy
no
that...
sense whatsoever.
It's crazy that the whole world hates everybody.
Yeah, I mean, put a bunch of people together. Look at India. They are all the same, so they created caste.
Yeah.
So
And
they
they hate each other.
different.
Yeah, but when it comes to world politics, and Israel, really,
Israel has very few supporters. You know,
right?
Everybody hates Israel. I don't know why.
Oh, come on, Jews.
But why?
Because listen, everybody's got to hate somebody, right?
Right.
No matter how low you are on the totem pole, you got to find someone to hate. So they hate the Jews. And plus, the Jews seem to have money and stuff.
But why the Jews? Why can't you?
I think they're the chosen people.
I mean, there's so many other cultures to hate. Why don't you hate the people of Kuwait?
Because if most of the world is involved in Catholicism, and if you're taught from a very early age that your Savior was killed by Jews, and that Jews are going to hell because they don't believe in baptism and stuff.
East.
Wait a second.
Well, they have a whole new agenda.
Arabs have a whole other agenda. Everybody hates Arabs, and Arabs hate the Jews.
They said everybody hates us. Who can we hate?
So you're saying the Arabs hate the Jews so they can feel good about themselves?
Yeah.
And they can sometimes make alliances with people who also hate them.
Right. I don't know. Listen, the whole world's crazy. When you think about it. Look how crazy it gets.
Ridiculous.
You want to get nuts? I'll pay the guy a fortune just to train my dog.
Oh.
Okay? What's normal about that?
You got somebody to hate.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you one more quick story about stupid stuff that guys get involved in that lead to fights.
Yeah.
When I was in college, we went to a bar. I was with two of my buddies, and we were playing pool. We were drunk, and one of my friends hit the ball, and the ball fell off the table. And there was another guy there that cracked a joke about him. We waited till the bar closed, beat the crap out of him. Right. My friend was all mad. You know, it escalated. You know, the guy said, "Oh, you're a poor pool player," and then my friend said, "Who are you?" And they got into words, and they pushed and shoved. And
the guys are scary.
It's ridiculous. I don't even like to see guys when they, get like that because it's ridiculous.
By the time I was in high
like
school,
a freight train, you can't stop.
by the time I was in high school, I had a pretty good wit about me, and I could pretty much humiliate anyone. I mean, my father had trained me to humiliate people, and pretty much that was my thing.
Yeah.
I was in a guy's basement, Johnny Weiss's basement. There was this guy Moose over there, and I was goofing on Moose because he was kind of dumb, and he was doing something stupid. Put me in a headlock, beat me in the face. I shut up.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did you use to get out of that?
You shouldn't say things to guys. That's the big thing about it.
Yeah. Plus, this guy wasn't all that successful with women and stuff, so all of a sudden it hit me. So they take all their anger on somebody.
It's hard to believe a guy with a nickname Moose would have an attitude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I used to see the football players when I was in college, and they would take these little wimpy guys and reduce them to tears.
Yeah.
Because they said, you know what? They would they would pretend that they were going to force them to submit to a sex act.
Right. Meanwhile, most of these football players are gay.
They would
Because who, you know what? I've tortured people, but I've never said I'm going to submit you to a sex act.
Yeah.
I think that's really gay.
It was so bizarre.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second. We got to do the news.
Yeah,
we're going to be here all day.
Crazy story.
Yeah. And we got to take a break? How about we just blow off the commercials? Why can't Tom do that? He's so money hungry.
We're having such a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Play some commercials. We'll come back and do the news.
I thought he was absolutely repellent. And
I have no opinion of that because that's the white media. She has the right to go up here on Tom Arnold's show, and she's a media sensation, Kathy Lee Gifford. So is Tom Arnold. They're celebrities, celebrated ones. She has the right.
You're in the tabloids this week.
Yeah, I got to read that on the air, too. It's funny, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I was reading
said, whoa, what's this? I had to sit down and read that right.
It was the same stupid junk I say in the air, except all twisted around.
Right, like somebody else was saying this about you.
Yeah. It was that I was unpopular in high school and that I was a gunky, gawky guy.
The what? Did anybody call you gunky?
I told you that the one guy who did was this guy Scott Possessor for about a year, and he's the guy who did the interview and probably just wants to be famous and hear his name.
I was going to say gunky. I never heard that before.
Yeah, because he called me that because we'd give each other. He was the biggest gunk around. I mean, he was as gunky as they come. This guy was a total loser. I mean, And did you see he calls himself when he was in high school? He was a hippie and he was a cool guy.
Right.
This was no cool guy.
He talks about some guy beating you up.
No.
And then you offering him a joint?
He's probably just trying to get himself in the, he wants to be interviewed. But he knows less about me than Fred. I mean,
that was the one story that he had, and I was like, this doesn't sound familiar at all.
It was a total lie.
Okay.
Because you know what it is? People who went to high school and stuff, he wouldn't even know what I was up to. The guy hung out with me a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
And anything that they had in the store was stuff I've always told you on the air.
Right, but the other thing I took issue with was he said you weren't even a good card player.
That was me on the air saying that. That's from my book, Miss America. I mean,
really?
Yeah. Oh. I was talking about it, but I am a good card player. You know me, I exaggerate.
Okay.
But he doesn't know anything about me. What he knows about me is what he hears on the radio.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know anything about me. You want to interview people who knew me.
Because they even had a picture of this guy in the article.
That's him.
Like he knew you, like you and he were friends. They had your high school picture and his high school picture.
He was as close to me as a maggot was as close to me.
But it wasn't like they had a picture of you two together.
No, he doesn't have any pictures of me with him. He doesn't even know me.
Usually if some guy's your friend, you know, they publish a picture of the two of you together to prove that the guy hung out with you.
The people, you know, a lot of my friends get contacted for this stuff. You know, people who actually meant something to me in my life and people who care about me.
Well, you know, I get really pissed because nobody ever contacts me.
I know. Because they know you're not going to talk. And the thing is that people who care about me and people who have known me my whole life, who actually know things about me, if you want to say, anything that I've ever done in my life, I've said on the air. I've never kept anything a secret, quite frankly. I don't have any. But anybody who would care about me, every once in a while I get contacted to be a part of something, and anyone who cares about me, the people who are my real friends, would just call me up and go, they want me to talk about you, and I request that they don't, because it's just a ripoff.
But I would like the opportunity to say no. Nobody can get.
Even Jackie has learned to shut up at this point.
No comment.
I mean, seriously, Jackie was out of control the first couple of years, but now even he's...
Jackie was out of control, though, in his own article about Bellevue big mistake.
Well, Jackie was like, you know, one of these guys was all of a sudden excited. People wanted to interview him, and I say to him, Jackie, they're interviewing you because they want to know stuff about me. And he goes, oh, they want to talk to me.
Oh, it's about me. Right. It kills you that they want to talk to me.
Right. And then I said, no, Jackie, if they want to talk about you, fine. But once they start talking about me, give me a break.
And then he suddenly realized there were a lot of questions about you.
Right.
What's this got to do with me? We're talking about me. What's this all about? Wait a minute. You know, I'm a man of my own right. I'm traveling this whole great country of ours. Stand up in South Carolina.
But that guy was no friend of mine, and he was no. I like he wrote in the article he had long hair. But maybe I should read it on the air.
Yeah, it was a funny article.
Yeah. You saw that guy's picture. He was no ladies' man. But I like how he sees himself as a great athlete, and he was a hippie.
Right. He all of a sudden became a drugged-out hippie, too.
Yeah, he was no hippie.
You two dressed alike.
Yeah. Trust me.
And ran around with your long hair.
He was no friend to me.
And you got real cool all of a sudden.
Yeah. I love the guys who will talk about me from high school, knew nothing about me.
Did you ever get cool in high school?
I was a lot cooler than him. Someone wants to interview me about him, I could do that.
But nobody cares.
Yeah, right.
Who's going to read an article on Scott?
I love these. Yeah, because I called my mother. I go, guess who was talking about me in the tabloids? She goes, who? I go, Scott. She goes, who's Scott? I go, Scott Possessor. She goes, that guy barely knew you. I said, I know. I said, I play cards at his house a couple of times.
Yeah.
She goes, isn't it amazing that like these people in your life who are there for a second all want to leech off you?
They're the only ones who
Some
are
friends.
going to do it.
Nice guy. What a pal. Thanks, pal.
But it was a riot seeing this big story. What was that big, bold headline? Something about you being a high school geek?
Howard Stern was Revenge of the Nerd.
Yes.
Howard Stern was a real nerd. Well, that's true. I mean, I admit that. I was not even a nerd. But as I've said on the air many times, I wasn't even a nerd.
You couldn't even make it into that group.
No, I was a non-entity. And then you knew the guy knew nothing about me because he was sitting there talking about how I got beat up in high school. He didn't.
Right, he would not know what
He's all
happened
confused.
with Roosevelt.
I never got beat up in high school. I wish I would have gotten beat up in high school. Maybe someone would have noticed me.
Well, that was what I was talking about, that marijuana story. Somebody was starting to beat you up, and then you pulled out a joint.
Remember I once told you on the air there was a guy who was kind of like I got him high in my garage. That's what that story was. So he probably heard it on the air and then tried to regurgitate it.
Yeah, because the way he
wouldn't even know that.
It sounded like you were back at Roosevelt.
He wasn't there. The guy doesn't know anything about me.
And then he talks about you trying to play basketball and all that stuff.
Yeah, like he was with me. That's what I did. I was playing a lot of basketball with him. That's what I did in high school. I was a basketball player. That was my goal. What a douchebag. It really pisses me off, man, when people do that.
And the other thing,
know me.
Well, how tall are you now? Are you still growing?
I'm 6'5".
Because they had you at 6'6".
No.
I was like, is that possible?
I'm 6'5".
All right.
Well, he probably measured me in high school.
Were you 6'2" in 10th grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've said that on the air.
That's incredible, though.
No, I've said that on the air, though.
But it's just, I never thought about, being that tall.
I was 6'2" in high school, not in 10th grade, and then I was 6'5". I grew actually well into college. I actually grew a couple inches in college.
Yeah.
And that was it. I think I might still be growing.
I think so.
Ever. You wouldn't, listen, the teacher's not crazy. I don't want to start it. What is you believe that fucked up movie? What is it, Standing Tall or whatever?
Stand by Me?
Give me a goddamn
wait a minute.
break.
There was no principal like that walking through the school with a bat.
They had two deans of boys and a principal, and anything you wanted to do, you could do in that school.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. Stand By Me, fuck Stand By Me. They would have taken that principal out in the back and jacked him up so bad, he would have shut his fucking mouth with that baseball bat. I'm telling you. Don't believe that movie. Those kids must have been under control or drugged or something. In my school, they would have beaten the shit out of that guy. With the bat.
Yeah, nothing like that went on in my neighborhood.
That was crazy. But I just remember it was always violence.
But there was a horde of kids coming up behind us that you could see.
Right. Who were going to be bad.
Devastation is right over there.
I told my shop teacher, I was in the middle of getting choked. I was in shop, and this guy decided he wanted my lunch money. So he came in, and he thought I told on him to the dean of boys, which I did, actually. But he was testing me, so he choked me from behind. And was just about to pass. He goes, now you know what it feels like to die. And teacher just threw a piece of chalk at me. He piled on because he said, what are you doing? He was afraid of this guy. This guy who was choking me was at least 3 years older than me. But he was in my grade. He had full chin hair. Irvin. Fucking Irvin. Wonder where that scumbag is now. Boy, he was a scary motherfucker.
I don't know, but, yesterday I was watching football, and when people have these crazy names like Irvin and stuff like that, those are people you know not to mess with.
Yep.
And there was one guy on the team, I forget which game it was, his name was DeBricker something or other. And I was like, ooh, there's a guy we're to mess with in school,
The ball bricker. Yeah.
Somebody gave you a crazy name like that, you're pissed.
The ball bricker.